Cool. Flynn, how's your week been?
All right. Obviously managed to get one over the line, close to another two. So, good point away at Cheltenham. So, it could have been a lot worse.
It's been unusual. It's been world record breaking.
Yeah. It's a strange achievement for a goalkeeper to get. But I just want him to concentrate on keeping goals out. It's something that doesn't happen might not happen again. And it's fine. It's happened, but let's just concentrate on being a goalkeeper.
One more question on it. Have you ever been involved in a goal scored like that in your playing career, or?
No, I've nearly had one against from a goal kick where the winds blew it back. That was obviously the opposite end of the scale. So, I've been, but nothing like that. You know what I mean? And goalkeeper 6'7" as well. So it's a hell of a strike.
How's it been? Obviously transfer window's open. You've got one in this week. You said you're close to two more. How's it been? How has your league position made it easier than it's been in previous seasons, or has it still been frustrating? I guess with COVID going on, that's another complication as well.
Frustrating in terms of it's taking longer than I would have liked. But if come the end of the window we've got the right players in, then hopefully it'll be worth it. So, you've got to be patient. You've got to make sure you select the right player, not just for on the pitch, but off the pitch. And it's something that sometimes takes more time than you would like it to.
And what are you expecting ahead of the weekend, ahead of what will be usually is a very difficult trip to Boundary Park?
A very difficult trip. That's exactly what I'm expecting. I felt that we give them the points at Rodney Parade, but saying that, they finished their chances well. Look, they're a dangerous team on their day, and we got to make sure that we're up for the fight.
Because this is a time of year people will be looking at County, and if anything goes wrong, they'll say, "Oh, it's a hangover from the FA Cup," as they've done in previous seasons.
Yeah, everybody likes a bit of doom and gloom, but listen, we're in a fantastic position. The boys have put in a tremendous effort so far, and we'll be back to winning ways sooner rather than later. Don't you worry.
How are you looking in terms of personnel? I know you don't like talking about injuries, but obviously you've had quite a few loanees go back to their parent clubs as well. So you okay for numbers for the weekend?
Yeah, so obviously only Josh Sheehan suspended. So yeah.
You talked about Sheehan previously, that it's better for the club if he remains until the end of his contract because of what he can contribute on the pitch. Have you had talks with Josh about potentially extending him beyond this season, or is that dependent, would you say, on what division you're in?
Yeah, we've spoke early doors. We don't just leave it to chance. We've spoken, and he's explained his thinking behind it, and I can't disagree with it. It's something I fully understand, and it just makes it easier for us if we do go up.
Nice one. Thanks very much, Mike.
Cheers, Mike.
Mike, you mentioned the signings. I know numbers are setting numbers can sometimes be a dangerous thing. Would you like to have as many in as you've had out? Loanees?
Yeah, near enough. So I've got work to do. I'm on it, and I haven't stopped, to be honest. So it is what it is. It'll take as long as it has to, and it's part of my job.
It's part of the tricky part, making sure you do the same due diligence on players as you work down the list, as it were. You mentioned before about things maybe going wrong, or deals just falling short through no fault of your own, making sure that they're the same standards are hit.
Yeah, of course. You want the right person to come in and blend with the group. But it's tough. Michael just mentioned about the COVID situation. A lot of clubs are trying to keep all the players for as long as possible so they can bring others in. So it's a bit of a slower, I'd say, window than usual. Lower leagues, obviously the Premier League it's always a late rush on the last couple of day or two. So, but yeah, it is what it is, and we just got to get on with it.
With Carl Howkins, what was the thinking behind that? Was that just you couldn't guarantee him the minutes he wanted?
He wasn't in my plans. He needs to go and play football and get his career back on track.
Presumably that makes you want defensive cover now. One out, another coming in, or are you happy with what you've got at the back?
I'm looking. If the right one comes available, then we'll look at it. But yeah, it is what it is. Everybody say you got cover, but we haven't had Kyle available all season really because of injury. So it's not as urgent, especially this weekend, as maybe first thought.
When it comes to Oldham, obviously, where they differ at home than away? Because they're the best team, one of the best teams in the league on the road. Really
don't know, and I hope their home form or lack of form continues this weekend. I don't really want to start thinking why Oldham are good away from home and poor at home. That's not my concern. I just want to get the 3 points on the road tomorrow.
Mentioned the sticky patch, but equally, bit of context. You played a lot of teams who are going to be in the promotion mix, haven't you, in this last 6 games? So
yeah, it's but like I said, it's never the glass is either full or empty here. There's nothing in between, and it never has been. Everybody expecting us we should play Salford off the park. We should be going to Cheltenham and winning. Let's have a bit of realism and perspectiveness into where we're at. We're way ahead of where we thought we was going to be, and there's loads of positives. Look, has the performances been as good as previously the last 2? No. I thought Cheltenham were very, very good first half on Tuesday. And you've got to give an opponent credit at times. Salford come for the point. It's sometimes it's tough. And the pleasing thing was how we finished the second half against Salford, really, when we went down to 10 men. And the second half against Cheltenham was a lot better. Now, is it up to the standards that we set? No, but there were big improvements on first half of both games.
In terms of recruitment, you mentioned you'd like a striker. What sort of a striker would you ideally?
One who scores.
Yeah. But is it, given the pitch and timing, is it more of a, dare I say, a Ryan Taylor sort of bigger man? Is that, or is it any old striker?
No, it's not any old striker. It's got to be the right one. I've got a list. Just missed out on one. I think would have been perfect for us, but he's chose to go somewhere else. Nothing to do about that. I had a good conversation with him, and it is what it is. Let's go on to the next target then, and we just keep trying to get the right one in, and hopefully something falls for us and we get him in.
So finally, penalty duty. Have you got that nailed down after the home game? There'll be no drama over that, will there?
It was nailed down at the home game, so yeah, it's nailed.
Yeah. And one for you to straight back, Cardiff. Your name getting mentioned with it, the job.
There's nothing I can do about that, is it? It's nothing I can do about getting mentioned. On a personal level, I'm sad to see Neil go. He's a friend of mine, so I don't like, people. I don't like any manager losing their job, but it's part and parcel of the game, and it's sad to see.
He's had a tough old gig there, hasn't he, recently, Neil?
Well, you set expectations. Getting into playoffs, it's tough. I think they'll be frustrated because Cardiff should be, fighting for a playoff spot.
Well, good. Cheers, mate. See you tomorrow.
Cheers.